checks to boost up their PC and network abilities. No more JYC disconnecting 15 times in a game. We are just seeing some absolutely amazing internet and PC here as we are starting this game underway. Taking a quick peek at the summoner spells, it looks like Volibear opting for the Ignite over Viego, which is interesting because I would have thought that that would have been switched up as, to my knowledge, Viego has a little bit more kill pressure than Volibear.
Well, you may be surprised this game. I'll let the Volibear damage speak for itself, but I think you might be surprised at what can come out of him. And also the Ignite, with the amount of healing that Viego has, is going to be quite big in chopping down that amount of healing in those early fights and even continuing through the mid game. It's just going to reduce some of that HP that he's able to steal back in those trades, and should be a bit of a difference maker.
Yeah, and Syndra opting for the Ignite this game. Last game, she took Teleport and was still able to put off a lot of damage. So maybe just building up that confidence there as well as into a slightly less oppressive pick on the side of Victor. Victor opting for the Teleport, trying not to go down early against this Syndra. And so Victor's going to have to play quite safe on the side of ALG.
Yeah, not only less oppressive, but also less mobile. Vladimir is very, very hard to pin down, especially in trades. It's almost impossible for someone like Syndra to take extended trades with him if he times his Ws well. Whereas Victor doesn't have those escapes. He doesn't have that ability to dodge other than, just walking around the abilities, which is easier said than done against a strong Syndra. And yeah, we can see he's already been hit by 2 Qs there.
Already getting chunked down. Syndra's doing a little bit of target practice early, seeing how much that 7-7 likes to walk up. And I think that this top lane is going to be very interesting to watch. Again, to my knowledge, I didn't think that Volibear was the big damage dealer that you're claiming he is. If you're Udyr or Hecarim here, which lanes are you going to be focusing on to try to get your team ahead?
I would be focusing the mid lane if possible.
Oh my gosh, look at this hook! And having to flash and heal out, but the Q connecting another flash forward into the auto attack, and a great play by Varus to step up. Nautilus able to land the hook into the Ignite turret shot, but that's not going to be enough as ALG quickly deciding this bot lane. And now look at this damage in from Volibear, and that's a surprising take there. Oh yeah, but oh my gosh, what did you think about that bot lane engaged by Varus?
That was beautiful. That was all on the Blitzcrank to nail that hook under tower and get Ezreal to burn both sums. The knockup still went through. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to get away from that. He managed to land that auto attack with the E to knock him up before.
And Volibear now going for the tower dive by getting stunned under turret. And Viego able to flash with the stun. Ooh. A nice outplay from Shocky there to be able to grab the Volibear early. And that's going to be a tough one to come back from for Volibear. Quickly, we're just going to do a time check with production to make sure that these team fights are going well. Right now, I'm at 326, 327. 328, 329. So you can just let me know whether I need to pause for a second. But what's your analysis on those 2 opening fights so far?
I mean, the fight in the bot lane was gorgeous for ALG. That hook from Blitzcrank, beautiful, obviously, as we talked about earlier. We're seeing the Udyr coming in on the Victor here, but unfortunately, Syndra is not going to be able to follow up. He's just going to walk out, and Hecarim is there to cover.
Yeah, and Hecarim now forcing the Udyr forward, and Udyr a little bit out of position here as now the E from Syndra coming in. Hecarim trying to re-engage on them. Nice flash from Udyr, not to get hooked by the Blitzcrank there. A great hook, but it's not going to work now. Hecarim ghosting forward. The players are a little low. Nautilus rotating up with his support as well. Not going to result in much, but a good flash there from Udyr not to get hooked.
A perfect flash. I believe that was actually from the Syndra. You can see that Udyr still has the flash there. But
pardon me, yeah.
Still, that's going to be quite big for Victor, going to give him a big advantage in those trades to not have Syndra's flash. And I think we're just being asked by production for one final time check. I am at 428, 29, 30. I believe I'm a bit behind you.
Yeah, I'm 435, 436, 437. And so production, yeah, you can just let me know for mine because it might be easier for me to pause. Looks like I'm 1 second ahead, so I'm just going to pause that quick. And now I'm at 450, 451, 452. You can let me know how I am there. Looks like I'm all good.
We are in sync.
Okay, perfect. As we can get this game continuing and some huge action early, resulting in ALG with a 700 gold lead. And this is what they needed heading into game 2.
Absolutely it is. And we're looking at some aggression here.
Oh
This
my
is where the
goodness,
Volibear
look at
excels.
Volibear.
That is
Yeah, but
where
he
he
has to be
excels.
careful.
He
As
does under tower and with Udyr roaming top, but I mean those short trades where you can get in, QW, get the E damage down, and escape with the shield. Huge hook
and look
again.
at the hook from Blitzcrank, pardon me, as a lot of damage going on to Nautilus now underneath half HP as ZYH Chang able to get a huge hook there.
The hooks have been unreal. Every single one that we've seen go through has been big, chunking half of the Nautilus's health there, getting the Syndra's flash in mid lane, and obviously getting that first big pick onto the Ezreal in the early game. So let's see if we can keep it up. Very high accuracy so far, high impact.
Yeah, you can see him going for it again, and Ezreal having to use his E to make sure he doesn't get hooked there. ZYH Chang doing a great job at using that pressure. There was a bit of a potential all-in in the top lane, and now Hecarim rotating up, able to use a blast cone over to Viego, and Viego trying to use the W to get across. He has ultimate up, but neither player has it, and the stun coming in from Volibear, and that's a little bit too much, but a nice engage over the tower. The Ignite, not going to be able to take him down there. Viego, good job to be able to get out of that.
Yeah, unfortunately had to burn his ultimate there, but just barely making it out by the skin of his teeth.
Oh, and the flash forward hook into the Nautilus, able to grab out of there. Now the Blitzcrank flashing forward. Ezreal eing forward, the heal coming out of the Udyr flash stun, and Blitzcrank is just getting completely focused here. The Ignite finally coming out. Ezreal able to grab the first kill there. A great re-engage into the bot lane as they knew Hecarim was top. 4 players from the side of JHS rotating down. A good macro play from them to know that with the pony in the top lane, it is free reign in the bot, and that's exactly what they do, taking down the Blitzcrank and now into the free dragon.
Yeah, unfortunate that they're going to be able to steal the dragon away from ALG there, but fortunate as well that the Varus managed to escape with his life. The Blitzcrank going down to the Ezreal is not going to be great for them, but at least it wasn't a double kill.
Yeah, and we're still seeing gold quite even here, and that's a lot in part due to 7-7 in the mid lane from ALG. He's got a huge CS lead over this Syndra, as well as the Varus being up 1-0-0 with a 10 CS lead as well. So although they have a kill and a dragon, still a very, very even game all around here.
For sure. And I'm wondering where we're going to start to see action cropping up next, as there hasn't really been too much going on in the mid lane. I'm wondering if both champions are just going to try to sustain up and wait for that late game fight, just try to scale. We do see a trade, big stun, and the electric.
Oh, it's huge stun from Syndra is now re-engaging, but Syndra's not able to do too much in terms of a follow-up onto 7-7. And now Blitzcrank and Hecarim towards the bottom lane. Nautilus has to be careful here, stepping up a little bit too much, I think. And now Hecarim pushing him forward. A nice knockup from Blitzcrank, and he's just going to be completely done here. And picking up the kill as Hecarim, as he will be able to redistribute that gold throughout other lanes. Udyr now looking towards the mid lane, and a stun not going to be able to be landed. But now the flash into the ult forward onto the Syndra, but Udyr coming out of the bush to save his mid laner. And Hecarim now rotating up towards the bot lane, but the pings coming out from the side of JHS know that he's there. A good engage and disengage from 7.
That was a bold flash forward. I will say that. I will leave it at that. That was a bold play. It worked out for him. That ultimate, unfortunately, he wasn't able to catch Syndra, wasn't able to do quite enough damage to take her out, but very good play from the Udyr. If Udyr hadn't been there, I think Syndra would have gone down, no question.
Oh, absolutely. And Victor flashing forward, I think he had no idea Udyr was there. So a good kind of rotate down there from Udyr. And just looking again at the CS difference, not only in the mid lane and bot lane, but look at the jungle difference. Udyr already at 82 CS, 9 minutes into the game, just completely power farming ahead over this Hecarim. And now Udyr towards the top lane. Volibear has to be careful here as he does not have any vision. Maybe just going towards the tri-bush, finally getting that vision as he's trying to rotate down. A smite coming out from Udyr, but now Hecarim rotating up as well. And look at that damage onto the Udyr. Where did that bear go? Night as half of his HP just gets completely demolished.
What did I tell you? The Volibear, he doesn't, in the grand scheme of things, he's not an AD carry. He's not a mid laner. He doesn't do the most damage, but it is certainly surprising from someone as thick as that. And
and now engaging onto the Viego. Viego having to flash out, and Hecarim not going to re-engage there. But yeah, what the heck happened to that bear? He just got blown up. He's building full tank. Volibear is building full tank, and it does not matter, apparently.
He didn't have that Bomby Cinder, I don't believe. I think all he had going for him was Ionian boots and maybe a cloth armor. And that base damage from the center of Volibear's ult, especially early on, and especially once he gets some items under his belt, is not to be underestimated. It can chunk you hard, as we just saw.
Oh, and
Another
now
big hook from the
Blitzcrank
Blitzcrank.
hook going in. Nautilus trying to get out of there, but he's already ignited the heal coming out. And the flash forward from Varus into the ultimate. That's going to take down the Nautilus. And now Udyr rotating down. They have to be careful not to overextend here. And that's going to be a re-engage. As look at Killicon's already level 8 re-engaging, able to get the stun onto the Blitzcrank just going forward. And Ezreal has to try to get into this fight. A nice E-land onto the Blitzcrank. That's going to be a lot of damage into the stun. And Volibear able to grab him. Or sorry, Udyr, pardon me, now is another stun as they're re-engaging onto the Varus. Just choosing to back off here. And a great play by the Udyr to rotate down and grab the Blitzcrank.
For sure. Unfortunate that Varus wasn't able to pick up more, but still a good pickup there. I believe that was a 1-for-1, if I'm not mistaken, and dodges the Ezreal ult there. That would have been bad if he went down to that after the fight.
Yeah, Ezreal doing a great job there. He landed an E on every single person that he tried and was able to combo it up with a Q or an auto attack. So Ezreal outputting a lot of damage and showing what he can do in the bot lane, even though he's down quite a bit. Still not out of it. JHS re-engaging, and I think overall a win for JHS.
I would agree. Although it would have been nice to see a little bit more gold onto the Ezreal. It is nice that he got a kill. Unfortunately, they weren't able to get that double, but you know what? 1-for-1, one kill to both ADCs, pretty even, and it gets JHS a little bit more back in this game.
Yeah, ALG with a definite lead here, over 1k gold up, and the gold on the people you want, a 2-0-1 ADC. And although the Nightmare is not here to haunt the dreams of JHS, we have also received intel that the win condition is going to be their ADC. EcoGo is just an absolute beast, and so with him ahead now, JHS has to be very careful.
Especially with that lethality Varus. The problem that I believe JHS is going to have as this game goes on is that their main damage dealers are very squishy, and I believe Varus will outrange all of them. If he's building full lethality and big damage on those Qs, he can just be chunking them from the back of the team fight while the rest of his team runs them down. And if he can take out those damage dealers, there's not going to be a lot left that Udyr and Nautilus will be able to do in fights.
And now looking towards Drake, and ALG has already started Drake. They might just take this one for free. Viego's pinging his teleport and now getting stuck and stunned under turret, and the ultimate coming through, forcing Viego to flash out the ignite coming out from Volibear. And I don't think that was going to go for a kill, but merely just to make sure that Viego doesn't rotate down towards the Drag, securing his team. The Drag, the flash into the ult, and now the E, and look at Udyr is getting spammed out. The ultimate coming out from Victor as well, and Udyr having to flash out of that one. A Dragon's not enough for ALG. They wanted a kill as well.
Yeah, unfortunate that some of those hooks missed. If they were able to land that Blitzcrank hook onto the Udyr, I think he would have been done for, but very nice. I'm not sure whether to say nice dodging or unfortunate hook.
Yeah.
But,
I think that was just a complete random hook over the wall, honestly. He didn't have any vision there. He just thought that, maybe might get a clip in here. And I like the attempt as he actually just thread the needle between two players, and both players able to dodge out of that one. But I like the random hook over the wall. Now Rift Herald getting dropped towards the bot lane, looking to push this one in. That's going to get a lot of gold for the side of ALG. Look at that. 2 plates completely smashed. And now the Blitzcrank hook into the knockup, and Nautilus has to be careful. Look at that, down to half HP. And if that Q connects, even less than that is EcoGo, just outputting so much damage. Ezreal now having to back. It looks like a Q connected, and you can see how little health plus 12 stacks has. And now the engage onto the Syndra in the mid lane, and look at the damage. There's so much burst coming out of the side of ALG from every single champion.
Yeah, this... are we going to see the Udyr? No, he's going to back off, but the Blitzcrank showing some serious moxie here. I mean, he hasn't been 100% accurate, but he has been going for it, and that's what you love to see on a champ like that.
Oh, and now the engage into the Syndra, ultimate in the mid lane, and Victor able to pick up the kill. Udyr re-engaging. That's going to be a 1-for-1 in the mid lane. As with Udyr there, you would have liked to see Syndra alive, and now the dive onto the Varus ulti in the bot lane, and Ezreal can't even move as he gets taken down by the Varus. A nice rotate up from Blitzcrank, knowing that Nautilus is back, and he can come around the opposite side of the turret to grab him there.
Giving it the wraparound, and the damage from Varus already, as you can see, is unbelievably high. Just that Duskblade and a Doran's Blade on his side. And it looks like he's going to be going into Manamune next, which is a very good call.
And now Volibear is going to maybe get caught out here. The stun in from Viego as well as the blue smite from Udyr. And look at that damage going down. And Volibear still alive here. Victor rotating up, and Volibear is going to go down, but Victor has to be careful. Look at the movement speed coming up, and now they re-engage Hecarim going into the Udyr, and that's going to be a 1v1 for Viego and Victor. Not the guy you want to be 1v1ing here, as Victor going to go down to the Udyr, and now Hecarim trying to go all in on the Udyr, and Udyr staying alive. No, not quite, as he finally goes down there, and that's going to be a 3-for-1 from the side of JHS. ALG allowing them to get back into this one as they go in one by one, going down to that top lane and jungle.
Yeah, the only gold lead now is from that Rift Herald that crashed earlier and got them those tower plates. But other than that, JHS have evened it up nicely, and we've seen what Shocky can do in terms of split pushing when he has that lead. We may see him take top tower here. I think we're going to, and that should even the gold out pretty nicely for the side of JHS.
Yeah, JHS just crawling their way back into this. And we already see the first completed item on the Viego, and it's not even a mythic yet. And so you're going to see a lot more than that. And Blitzcrank, love what he's going for there with the over-the-wall hook. Have to say, loving to continue to see that moxie, as you put it, from Blitzcrank in the bot lane.
Yeah, I mean, he's got so much character, you want him to just go. And he does a great job of that. So he's been sending him out all game, and I hope he continues throughout the game, because it certainly makes things exciting for us.
And they're only going to get more and more important as we hit into this mid-late game. If you're able to just pick one person off with this game being so close, it's just going to be that much more eventful. Now, starting a rift in the top side is Hecarim as well as Volibear. They have to be careful, as Udyr, Syndra, and Viego are all around them. Victor just trying to stall out this Udyr as he rotates up, and he's going to see them going for this Rift Herald, running into 3 players from the side of JHS. Has to be careful there as well, as the side of ALG decides to get off of the Rift Herald and continuing their demolish into the bot lane. ZYH, Chang, and Eco Go able to get the second turret of the game to even things up.
Yeah, very nice play. And I think Eco is going to be the player to watch this game for the side of ALG. He is so far ahead right now in the bot lane, and he is going to be most of the damage for their side. So protecting him is going to be very, very important as we move into the mid and late game.
Yeah, second most gold in the game on Varus, only behind that 3-0-1 Viego in the top lane. And now with Drag coming up in 10 seconds, both teams don't want to let this Drag go. And so potentially seeing a fight here. I don't think that either team is just going to fall off here. Although it might be the best decision, it looks like both players want to fight. 17 minutes into the game, you already see 14 kills. I don't know who that hook was for, but again, loving the attempt here as a nice Nautilus ultimate into the Ezreal ultimate, but Udyr getting completely caught out there. Now Nautilus away from his team as well, getting caught out. The double kick coming out from Varus, and the engage by Volibear just being able to take that backline and put him out of the game and continuing to march forward as the side of ALG, as now Blitzcrank going to go down, but that's going to be 1-for-1 for Victor. They'll take that any day. The week, the kill connecting! Varus, are you kidding me with these plays here now? 6-0-2, utilizing that gold efficiency as well as a drag going down. ALG putting this one heavily in their favor, which was just prior a close game.
Gave Syndra just the tip of that arrow there and managed to take her out. That damage is crazy. We saw 3 kills onto the Varus there. He is now 6-0-2. And that's exactly what I was saying before. He is going to be the one to watch. That engage from Volibear onto the backline, as you said, majorly important for the side of ALG. Just zoning them off so well, enabling the Varus to pop off and shred their team. And we're going to see the Rift Herald go down, which could potentially give them quite a nice lead if they can drop it successfully in the top or mid lane.
Yeah, and I think Volibear really won on that fight because the initial engage was from the side of JHS. They were able to land a Nautilus hook on about 3 people, as well as combo that Ezreal ulti to get the early damage in. But then Volibear attacking the back line just completely separates the team into 2, where Udyr and Nautilus are up against 4 players from the side of ALG, whereas Volibear is just completely harassing the back line. And so Udyr got blown up about 0.5 seconds into the fight. Nautilus going down as well with no support from his team. And then all you have is 3 squishy champions against an entire team of ALG. Blitzcrank flashing forward, sacrificing himself in order to trade for the victor. And all around, just a great team fight from the side of ALG.
Yeah, I don't believe they could have played that much better at all, aside from that Blitzcrank being a little bit more careful, but I think it was necessary for the engage.
Oh, and now re-engage on
huge
Blitzcrank
hook.
hook. Huge hook as Eco Go is godlike indeed. 7-0-2. Another kill there. Nautilus trying to get the heck out of there. Udi running around like the little scared bear he is, and the pony going up. The flash forward from Blitzcrank to be able to get the E up onto the Udi. And now the hook again. Blitzcrank, you're going crazy right now. Oh my gosh, don't want to call him a hooker, but he might just be a prostitute with those as he gets 2 more for Eco Go.
Unreal with the Blitzcrank hooks. I am shocked to see it. He has been, as we said, Moxie is the word of the day. The ambition on these Blitzcrank hooks is hard to believe that he's been landing some of these at the timing and the distance that he has been, but it's been huge for the side of ALG.
And a great utilization of everything in his kit there as he flashes over the wall, W's forward to get the E so that he waits for the Q time down to come back up. And then as Udyr runs away, snatches that bear back into the claws of ALG and able to get the kill. Not just a hook champion, but also a knock up and a damage dealer in Blitzcrank as he now has 9 assists for the team's 14 kills. A great kill participation. And of course, the gold going exactly where it needs to with Varus now on a 700 shutdown. And just checking here, yep, most gold in the game by over 1,000.
Not surprising at all. He is legendary. He is 8-0-3. Decent stun out from the Syndra, but it's not going to be enough to do much as they are going to force JHS off of that tower. And
I thought that hook was going to land, to be honest. I thought that just like he can't miss right now. And it looks like he might even be going for another one here as he's just posturing around. The entire side of JHS is just so scared. Now Hecarim re-engaging onto this Viego. They know they have the damage and flashing out as a Viego and now re-engaging with the ultimate onto Viego. He gets ignited down. Is that going to be enough to take him down? No, the lifesteal is not going to allow him to stay alive. Shocky going down. Formerly 3-0-2 and now 3-3-2. And Blitzcrank getting a huge stun. Are you kidding me? Blitzcrank now with the re-engage. Hecarim going for the Volibear, able to get the stun onto the Nautilus. Nautilus is going to go down here as Cinder's trying to flash away, and that Hecarim going forward, trying to get the kill. Blue Smite coming out, and Cinder going to go down as well. All starting from the Blitzcrank hook while stunned by Syndra. Blitzcrank, what are you doing to these children?
He is going insane, and I love it. I love it. I love it. I believe that's going to be the end of the game, or at least very, very close to it for ALG. And all off the back of that incredible front line. My game has frozen. I'm not sure why. But,
yeah, I think mine has as well. That is usually the sign of the end of the game.